On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. A weekly recap of your Philadelphia Flyers from blue line to blue line. Broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by Pan & Stone Spa, Pat Dion Beverages, The Capitol Grill, Chickies and Pete's, Payroll Service Solutions, and Independence Blue Cross. We now go live to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Now, here are your hosts, former Flyers goaltending great Bernie Parent and Paul Jolovitz.
And welcome everybody to the Independence Blue Cross On the Ice program from beautiful Chickies and Pete's on the campus of Rowan University in Glassboro, New Jersey. This is On the Ice again. A weekly show in which we discuss the Philadelphia Flyers and all things hockey. We have a decent co-host tonight. We weren't able to get the target, but we were going to settle for a Hall of Famer nonetheless. I don't know what else to say about him. He's a great hockey player, was a great hockey player. He is a better human being. My good friend, Mr. Bernard Marcel Perron. How are you, buddy?
Oh, you're talking about me?
No.
Oh.
Jim, the guy next door to you. How are you?
Yeah, life is good, man.
Good.
Yeah.
Flyers are 4-4-1, going to a home-and-home with the Buffalo Sabres tonight. They'll be without our other guest because he retired, but he's a great guest. We have him on every year. He played 14 seasons in the NHL. Actually, a defense partner of our other co-host, Brad Marsh, who's not here today, but he'll have to fill in for Brad and see what's going on. Mr. Doug Crossman, how are you, Doug?
It's great to be here, Paul. Just and Bernie too. You know, it's love doing this.
All right, Doug. I was looking today. I do my preparation for the show every time, and I covered you during your career. I don't know why I never noticed this before, but I never noticed it before. And I'll show you the picture that I'm talking about if you disagree with this, and you might. But when you were young, Doug, I mean, you're not old now.
Younger.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
You looked exactly like Jerry Seinfeld. Anybody ever tell you that?
No, that's kind of a first, but
I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, when did Jerry Seinfeld play hockey?
I'll take that comedian. You know, I've been known to be real funny.
It's only worth about $1 billion, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. He had a great career.
A great career, absolutely. Another guy that had a great career, Mr. Perrant and Doug Crossman, both played in the NHL for a long time. Guys, I hate to lead with this, but it is what it is. You got to lead with what deserves to be led with. And the hockey world, not the NHL, although he played 13 games for the Pittsburgh Penguins in the NHL. He played 29 games for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, the Fire Farm Club. His name was Adam Johnson. Obscure to most, but played 13 games again in the league. Was playing in England over the weekend in Nottingham. The skate blade caught his jugular, and he died on the ice. And the whole hockey world is in mourning. The Penguins paid tribute to him and the like, but everybody's scared to death, Bernie, about getting hit in the jugular. And it happened to Clint Malarchuk in the NHL, a goalie like yourself. Do you worry about stuff like that?
Well, you know, you get on the ice, you don't. You know, because your concentration is making plays or making saves. You know, you don't think about it. If you did, you wouldn't play. But I heard today that the commissioner, Gary Bettman, is going to, they're looking at the protective.
Yeah, the neck plate. A lot of people wear it already.
For the neck.
It's like the helmet.
And with the helmet, which is, you know, it's very important. And when you think about this now, you know, when you look at the speed of the game, you know, with the skate, and it's not that big of a, you know, area where you're skating anyway. Things happen fast, real fast, and I you know, it's a sad time in life for, you know, for this situation, just terrible. And I'm glad that they're going to take a step now, or steps to protect the neck, you know.
Well, they think they are. It takes the Players Association. A lot of people have to agree. Some of the minor leagues have it already. Mike Sullivan, the Penguins coach, was talking about how everybody in that system, a lot of people wear it. That's who Adam Johnson played for. Doug Crossman, you played 14 years in this league. I'm not sure people are really aware, unless you've played or covered the NHL. Guys are playing on this sheet of ice, going 90 miles an hour on blades that are really like the sharpest of knives, aren't they?
It really is. It's like a double-edged sword. Each one, like, so you have 12 players on the ice, counting the goalies, and each side of the blade, it's a double-edged sword. So you got 24 basically knives out there. And like you said, the hard ice, and then also it's the only sport where you come to an immediate stop with the boards. You know, you can't fall into the crowd like it's basketball. So there's a lot of innate situations. And another thing that you bring up, and it concerns is Bernie, is the goalpost, right? Mark Howe changed that rule when they used to be pegged in.
I was talking to Mark this morning about it, yeah.
And then it changed from a magnet to get it off there, you know, because that's a dangerous thing back in the day, too.
Well, Mark's going to be with us in 2 weeks, and I was talking with him this morning. I don't want to say anything from Mark. I don't want to quote Mark, but I think Mark said pretty much, and it's interesting because in 1968, Bill Masterton passed away on the ice, and there was a rush. You got to wear a helmet. Some guys wanted to, some didn't. Brad Morris, our own co-host, one of the last ones not to. But it took 12 years to get the helmets Bernie passed after Bill Masterton passed away. Now, with the neck guards, safety is a premium in sports today. Everybody's wondering about this, worrying about that. Obviously, nobody wants to see anybody die, no matter who they are or who they play for. Is enough safety? Should this have happened before now? Did it take somebody dying to pump this up? Mark has said to me, you can't play scared if you play sports. He said he wouldn't have worn a neck protector. Just him, his opinion. Like Brad didn't wear a helmet. How do you feel about that comment?
Well, you know what? Look, as a goaltender, I remember before I came in, you watch it like Plount and all the Sawchuk, all those guys, tremendous goalies, and they played without mask.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Yeah.
And then Plount came up with this idea, and now the mask got much better and better. Look at me. I should have worn a better mask. You know? But situation get better. It's just sad that it has to happen when something drastic like this happen. You know.
Absolutely.
And I think the National Hockey League. I don't know if they do. Maybe they do, but they should have a committee, right, to look at the future of the game and come up with some protections to protect the players.
Absolutely, because again, there were masks for goalies, Doug.
Yep.
Then goalies wore masks, and now you tell a kid one day goalies didn't wear masks. Like, yeah, right. When a guy shoots a puck 100 miles an hour, but they didn't.
Right.
And then they didn't wear helmets, and you think, well, how can you play hockey without a helmet if you're not insane? And but guys don't want to be scared on the ice. I understand 100% if that's guy's opinion. Now we have the neck guard. What's next? What doesn't need to happen? Who doesn't need to die or be seriously injured? Is there any other piece of equipment that you think guys need to wear that, again, need to be mandated now?
Well, to me, what Bernie said's right. I mean, it goes back to, like you said, you go in the Hockey Hall of Fame and you see the progression of equipment, and it's always because, okay, Bobby Hull came to, it started with, I think, Boom Boom Jeff Ferron raising his stick from a wrist shot, and then here comes along Bobby Hull with the slap shot and the curved blade.
Bernie always said that scared him more than anybody else.
And this is what kind of happens. You get that situation where, and the equipment's so much better now, lighter, like it's metal instead of wood or whatever, composites. But it's a progression, and you have to. I don't know if the equipment's going to make it safer, but I think I'd like to see get a little more physical, hold people up, and get back a little bit to more of the tougher side of the game that protects your teammate. Like there's no, you can't seem to block anybody for your partner, and you get run into the boards. You know, that type of thing. I'd like to see
there's a code among thieves.
A code,
in hockey.
exactly, yeah.
And obviously, as some people have said to me, when you hit someone and you hurt him, if you separate somebody's shoulder, that's the price of doing business. But I think it goes without saying that nobody's trying to kill anybody else on the ice.
No.
Whether this guy that his skate blade went up in a kicking motion, he's being ripped for it in a lot of places. Again, I don't think he was intending to do that kind of damage, but are there certain things that are just absolutely you can't do no matter what, Bernie?
Well, you know what, when you're talking about the equipment for safety, which is also very important, but Doug mentioned something very important too. Now guys the speed they're skating, okay, and the rules because in the middle of the ice and in front of the net, you can't take anybody.
Right.
You can't touch anybody. So there's a lot of speed out there. In addition to that speed, now you have a lot of guys shooting at 90, 100 miles an hour.
Right.
You know, a lot more than the old days.
Right.
You know, it's a big difference. So having said that, the league need to keep up with the flow and keep up with the protection of the players.
Doug, did you ever play scared on the ice? I mean, you played a long time.
Well,
Obviously, you know what can happen to you. That again, you can't think that or you wouldn't play.
Right.
But did you? If somebody had said to you, somebody had the power to stop a hockey game in mid whatever, and you're skating, and all of a sudden you stop and freeze, and somebody said, "Are you scared right now?" What would you have said?
You're not scared, but it's. I remember a guy. I don't know. I want to say. There were some famous athletes talking about you have to play with a little bit of fear, whether it was for your job or whatever. But you have to be aware of what's around you. But you're not technically scared. But you have to have that little bit of fear to make you play better. I forget how he worded it, but you can't be scared or you're going to freeze. And you pretty much you don't rise through the ranks being scared in any sport. But you have to have a little fear of maybe the failure or whatever that little fear is, but you have to have a touch of it, and that motivates you.
What about the respect? Mark said to me also, and Mark will be able to speak for himself in 2 weeks. I thought it was brilliant. Everything he said was that there's certain places you don't go. And a kicking motion, whatever that means, you hit a guy with your arm, your shoulder, you try to impede him, you get 2 minutes for interference, whatever, but you don't kick at somebody. Your thoughts, Doug?
Well, I was very shocked seeing it. I mean,
you saw this actually?
Yeah, I saw it in the video.
I don't want to watch it. So.
No, I was shocked by it, to be honest with you. It looks like a kick to me, and I've never seen anything like it. Michael Ronzioni was on the Fox News today talking about he never saw a leg up that high, and I know the police. I'm just following the reports, but the police are involved looking at it and everything. So we'll see. It's going to be a real test case. This is a groundbreaker. It's going to be in the news and what's going to happen about it in the court system, I think,
Yeah, that's why we're leading with it on a hockey show. I mean, that's the big story in hockey right now. Bern, what's the worst you ever got hurt playing the net? I mean, you get knee injuries, you get muscle injuries, goalpost can hit you, anything can happen. What's the worst thing that ever happened to you?
I got hit in the nose. Look at my nose. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
When you were a kid, did you play with masks or did you play without masks?
Yeah, look, that bad?
Yeah.
No, of course I played without masks because it wasn't existing at the time.
You ever get hit in the face by a puck?
And not really, no.
Because guys didn't shoot high, Doug, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to improve as the game moves on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you look at the equipment today. I'll talk just about the goalies here. You look at the equipment they have today compared to 30 years ago or 40 years ago, there's no comparison. I'm talking about the pads, the shoulder equipment, the whole bit. And you know what? They're all in they're improving constantly, and very seldom you see goaltenders getting hurt anymore.
It's like space. It's space-age equipment. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Doug, from when you played 30 years ago, 20 years ago, what's the one piece of equipment that everybody wore then that everybody wears now that's just so much better now, lighter, stronger, whatever that is?
Well, the sticks are on another level. I always go by I think the college uses the aluminum bats.
Yep.
But they don't in the pro because it comes off where the reaction speed to protect yourself, you're the pitcher. It's the same with a hockey puck.
That's a money thing, though, Doug. They don't use wood bats because they cost too much when they break.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me, but they comes back on you. Like it comes off, and maybe it's more dangerous for the pitcher, I guess, with aluminum, and you got those big, strong guys. I don't know with composite, but it's the same with the hockey sticks. Bernie, with those curves, and they seem to come off the stick a lot quicker, don't they?
Bobby Hull, I remember we talked the old days quickly here. Bobby Hull with the curved blade, big shoulders, the whole bit, big smile on his face.
Yeah.
Shoot the puck 110 miles an hour.
He was actually smiling when he shot.
You know what? I looked at him. I said, "Are you kidding me?" And I was so grateful when he missed the net and missed me.
Did you actually say, "Are you kidding me"?
I didn't care about making the save, just missed me. Yeah.
Am I supposed to believe that while he's in the middle of an NHL game and he's actually shooting this puck, that A, he's smiling, and that B, the goaltender who's watching this is saying, "What, are you kidding me? Did this actually take place?"
Yeah, sure.
I got an inside story. I don't know if Bernie wants to hear it. I got an inside story on that one.
Save it for after the break, okay,
Yeah,
Doug?
sure.
Doug Crossman will tell one of his... We're here to tell stories. We're here to swap stories, have fun.
It's from Brett Hull.
All right, Talk Flyers. Got some Brett Hull stuff coming up. You're listening to Up on the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross, live from Chickies and Pete's here on Rowan University's campus in Glassboro, right here on 1490 WBCB, or YouTube Live. You can watch us. You can stream us here at Chickies and Pete's Wednesdays at 9 p.m. It's college night. That's later tonight. $4 well drinks, $3 Middle Light, some new food, hot honey pepperoni pizza, Thai chicken sandwiches, sweet fire barbecue wings. Always good at Chickies and Pete's. The Middle Light again, $3. We're going to be back at Chickies and Pete's with On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross, and Doug's story right after this. Stay with us.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's, and we are prouder than ever to partner with the Philadelphia Eagles. Chickie and Pete's has been named the official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we continue to serve as the official caterer of both Eagles training camp and the official caterer of the First Trust Bank Club at Lincoln Financial Field. Go where the players go. The official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, Chickies and Pete's.
Millions of Americans are losing their medical assistance or Medicaid coverage. If this affects you, Independence Blue Cross can help. You may be eligible to enroll in a health plan for as little as $0 a month. With Independence Blue Cross, you get the largest provider network in the area, including most Keystone First doctors and hospitals. We also offer free 24/7 telemedicine, coverage for hospital stays and prescriptions. See if you qualify for $0 health insurance and enroll today. Call Independence Blue Cross at 1-844-464-2583 or visit ibx.com/staycovered.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, here are your hosts, Paul Jolovitz and former Flyer goaltending great Bernie Perrant.
Back here at Chickies and Pete's with a million TVs, sports on everywhere, people enjoying food, enjoying themselves on a Wednesday night. Could be the Phillies in the World Series, isn't. Eagles play the Cowboys this weekend. James Harden's gone from the Sixers. We're talking about the Flyers with Doug Crossman and my co-host, Mr. Bernard Marcel Perron. It's time now for the Independence Blue Cross Live Fearless Player of the Week. Each week we give this honor, and this week it's Bobby Brink, who scored the first 2 goals of his NHL career in a 6-2 win over Minnesota. Bobby Brink, this week's MVP for the Flyers, our Player of the Week. Remember to choose Independence Blue Cross today and begin to live fearless. We're talking about fear in hockey and Adam Johnson, who lost his life over the weekend, unfortunately, and what the NHL can do about it. And Mr. Crossman hath a story. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, it was just you're talking about goalies and sticks, and I was my last year I played with Brett Hall, obviously the son of Bobby, and he was talking to me one time, and he says, "Yeah, my dad just told me when he went down, he used to always shoot the puck at the goalie's head the first shot. He didn't care to score, and then the next one would be on the ice." That was his strategy, and
did that work with you, Bernie? I understand the psychological theory of that 100%.
Something's wrong. I can't hear you.
I think Bernie must have saw some of those.
Oh yeah. You know what? It would seriously. I shared this with a few people. I got to share this with people that are listening tonight. Here's a guy who was about 210 pounds or so. 200 pounds, big shoulders. In top shape, curved blade. It would come down between the blue line and the circle. He would smile at me. I looked at him and I said, "Something's wrong here." He's smiling at me. He would wind up, and a couple of times he would miss the net, right? And why I stood there, I'll never know. But he would miss the net, hit the glass behind me, and Glenn Howell had to make the save at the other end. Because the puck hit the glass so hard that it came back, and they had to make the save over there.
On the other end.
Oh yeah.
Well, Bobby Hull and Brett Hull,
Yeah.
Gordie Howe and Mark Howe, the only 2 father and son combinations in American sports in the Hall of Fames.
Right.
Bernie Gordy passed away. Bobby Hull passed away. A lot of guys from your generation, unfortunately, are no longer with us. Bobby Hull no longer with us. How sad were you when he passed away not too long ago?
Yeah, good friend. I saw him a year and a half ago. He was at the promotion in Canada, and he was in a wheelchair. And he looked at me, a big smile, his smile that he had, a great smile. And then I started smiling too. He said, "Why are you smiling?" I said, "All those years I played against you and I'm still alive." Are you kidding me? He's good. Then he said, "Give me a hug." I gave him a hug. What a great individual he was, yeah.
There we are, Doug. Obviously you play with Brad, but 14 years. Who's your Bobby Hull? Who's a guy that you played against that you might have had a certain respect for, and you guys had head-to-head combinations and confrontations forever and ever and ever? Who's a guy you see now at reunions or wherever that you never played with him for a minute, but you give him a big hug? Anybody like that?
Well, you're always when you run into like I ran into a Mario Lemieux, because he was a special talent, and our kids were playing in the same tournament, and I ran into him, and the same thing, and I happened to be lucky enough to play in Team Canada with him, and that famous goal, from
1987,
Wayne Gretzky,
Cops Coliseum, Hamilton, Ontario.
That's a Bobby Orr diving moment. It's one of the greatst goals ever scored, from two rare players in the game.
Wait, quick trivia question: what Flyer was on the ice when that goal was scored?
Oh, geez. Rick Tocchet?
Rick Tocchet, very good.
Yeah, Ricky, yeah.
You've won a new card, Doug.
Oh, geez. There we go.
Anyway,
I still got it.
Absolutely, but keep going. It's good stuff.
But yeah, and so you get a historical moment. But I ran into Mario, and we just it was great seeing him and that. But I always just practicing with him, it's just a rare ability of a guy that big and that gifted a player. And they used to. So the only thing they would pick on him about is, "Oh, geez, he looks like it's too easy for him, right?" Well, he takes one stride, he's 10 yards down. down the ice, like one stride. He's so
All right,
big.
so here's a question, Doug. You played against Gretzky a million times, and Mario, two completely different players who are two of the top three at least players in the history of the game, along with Bobby Orr, maybe Gordie Howe. Who'd you rather play against, Mario or Wayne, and why?
Oh, geez, they're both. I think they're both in the same category. They're just a nightmare for a defenseman because the thing that gets a defenseman in trouble is if he's on for a goal against. I mean, that's the worst thing. It's the goalie gets the worst headache, right? Letting the goal in, and then it's the defenseman that wasn't there when he was supposed to be, and that's your worst nightmare. These guys have the ability to score so easily, and those are the guys that scare you, and they're the ones that make you look bad. And one last thing I'll say is I'm in one of his highlight reels where Mario went down and danced around about three of us and scored on Hexie.
And you got to watch it over and over.
I'm in a lot of those damn videos. I'm flying by, and go ahead.
All right, guys, we're going to pay tribute to somebody now who all of us know, a very good friend of mine. I know, Bernie, you know him very well. I know, Doug, you know him very well.
Yeah.
You had the media center at the Wells Fargo Center named in his honor last Saturday. 30-year public relations, media relations guy with the Flyers. The best to ever do it in this country for any team in any sport. Always looking to where he could go beyond the line of duty for you. And just did his job with a smile. And he's retired now in Ohio, enjoying himself. Could never be more well-earned than it was by Zach Hill, Bernie, could it?
Zach Hill, he was a goalie, was he?
Maybe back in the day.
Back in the day. You know what? This is. You talk about Zach. You're talking about pure talent. Just pure talent. And also I feel, with the forwards, what makes them productive is their anticipation of what's going to happen in the game,
right?
Because it helps them to go to the right place at the right time to make the play that they have to make. And Zach was.
Doug, you knew Zach very well, know him very well. Just went way beyond the call of duty with us, the media. How was he with the players?
Well, he was more into past my generation, but he was, or when I played there. But I heard great things.
He still was there when you left, wasn't he?
He was there, yeah. And the Spectrum days, and he was. I saw more of Joe Cadillac, and they were probably working together behind the scenes.
Also a great guy.
Yeah,
yep.
And Joe, and then there's when you move over to the Wells Fargo Center, but I heard great things about him, and it's great. It's a great career he had.
When you look at, you guys both are up at games now and then, some more than now and then, and you look at the Wells Fargo Center, the Flyers are rebuilding. They've also rebuilt the arena. They built a new arena, but they put $500 million, give or take, into this one. They got a new coat of paint in the front office with Dan Hilferty, Jonesy, Danny Briere, obviously Torts. But the building is now finished. It's looking pretty good. What do you think about the reverberations, as Hank Stram might say, of this building?
It's just incredible. I walked in, did the promotion, and you walked in, and the whole place is. They redid the whole building. You walk in and you say, "Wow, this is it's just incredible what they've done to and people appreciate this. It's a beautiful thing. You walk in and it's a mixture of beautiful sports, hockey, and entertainment too at the same time. With the building, it's a beautiful thing.
Sure is, and
Really
you notice the technology too. It's unreal.
Yeah, all kinds of technology with the
As a matter of fact, excuse me, they try to.
I don't know about the technology.
They try to print false picture on the wall. You have to turn down. 10 out of 10 turn them down.
There's players standing in the machine there. They actually look real there. That one machine.
They are.
Right?
Everything looks so real. How often do you get back, Doug? You live in Atlantic City?
Yeah, I'll get
live
back.
on the shore. How often do you get back to watch a game?
I'd say 20 of them a year. I love going and seeing the guys and Marshy has really done a lot with the alumni, and my former defense partner. We're always doing things, and it's really great to be involved. And 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 giving back to some of the Wounded Warrior program was unbelievable. And
Team spread coaches, yep.
yeah, and then a lot of the charities we support is just awesome.
All kinds of good stuff, just like all kinds of good stuff here at Chickies and Pete's, where people are coming in for dinner, having a good time, all kinds of noise, all kinds of energy. We love it. Got another half hour to go with Doug Crossman, our co-host, Mr. Perrant. Yes, sir.
I just want to say, look at the haircut we have today.
The
man looks like a movie star, doesn't he? Yeah.
Well, I've been named goalie of the century for the Philadelphia Flyers. Actually, I got a trivia question for both of you guys when we come back. Get your minds ready, because that prompted my mind to ask you guys who played more games in goal than anybody in the history of the Philadelphia Flyers. Think about that. We'll take a break, come back here. Brianne O'Neill will punch a couple buttons. We're here at the Chickies and Pete's, Glassboro, New Jersey, on the campus of Rowan. We are back with On the Ice right after this.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's, and we are prouder than ever to partner with the Philadelphia Eagles. Chickie and Pete's has been named the official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we continue to serve as the official caterer of both Eagles training camp and the official caterer of the First Trust Bank Club at Lincoln Financial Field. Go where the players go. The official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, Chickies and Pete's.
I'm always striving to live my healthiest life, so I need a health plan that has my back. With Independence Blue Cross, I get access to the largest network of doctors and hospitals in the region and free virtual doctor visits 24/7. Plus, with premiums as low as $0 per month, I can stay on top of my health and keep my budget in check. Independence has given me coverage I can count on, and they'll do the same for you. Explore your coverage options and enroll today at ibx.com.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, here are your hosts, Paul Jolovitz and former Flyer goaltending great Bernie Perrant.
And all kinds of fans coming down to see us. We have people in our audience. Rich comes down from the Scranton area, from Nanticoke every week. Brian here as well. A lot of people come to see the show. Come see it some week. We're at Chickies and Pete's all over the area. Next week we'll have Riley Cote in Bordentown. 2 weeks, Mark Howe at Roosevelt Boulevard. So all kinds of great Chickies and Pete's food. And here we are, Chickies and Pete's in Glassboro, New Jersey, on the campus of Rowan. We're with Doug Crossman and Bernie Perrant. It's time now for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That is 1-866-PAY-EASY. Unfortunately, tonight our Stat of the Week is not a stat at all. It's a tribute to Adam Johnson, the former Lehigh Valley Phantom and Pittsburgh Penguin, who lost his life in a hockey game in Nottingham, England over the weekend. Rest in peace, Adam. Terrible shame. Hopefully it'll lead to something with neck protection so Adam didn't die in vain. Obviously a life is a life, regardless of what happened. Everybody in the hockey world and the regular world is praying for him now. That was your Flyers Smart Stat of the Week. Once again, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice in payroll solutions. Payroll Service Solutions, catering to the small and medium-sized business to handle all of your payroll needs. Call them again, direct, Danny, at 1-866-PAY-EASY. Flyers at 4-4-1, guys. 500 here in the Young Susans. Mr. Tortorella behind the bench. Morgan Frost back in the lineup. Doug, what have you seen in this team? It seems like they play their asses off. The fans like that. They're getting a little bit bigger crowds as they come into the season. Likely not to win the Stanley Cup this year, but what do you think of the early stages of this rebuild?
Well, it looks good. I like to see Couturier's not hurt, and they got some scoring back. You need some scorers, and it looks like there's 3 or 4 guys putting the puck in the net, and Sanheim is a defenseman. You need a couple defensemen to do that, and it always can't rely on the goaltender and 1-goal games. And it's good to see the scorings. They got a few more of the scorers back, which you need.
Bernie, what have you seen of the orange and black? Halloween last night, hockey tonight. What have you seen?
Well, we're better looking now than they were last night. No, just, you know what? You look at the team. I like Briere Jones, and they're just at the right age too, and they've been involved with the game. They know who to focus on, the players and the whole rest. And I think, I love the coach. Great coach, great individual. He's a great coach, not just a good individual.
Won a Stanley Cup.
Great, And you know what? And then, of course, the crowd in Philly. And you can't, walk away from this. I always felt that the crowd would bring you the 20% you didn't have many nights. That you brought it up. Yep.
We talk about the Phillies crowd and what they did for the Phillies in their home court or home field advantage. Yeah. The Eagles crowd, we'll see it against Dallas Sunday. The Sixers crowds. What's it like? I mean, you played in front of the full spectrum, Bernie, a lot. Doug played the spectrum.
Yes.
What's it like playing in front of a full house of Philly fans going crazy? How much energy or whatever else does it give you? Do you actually play better, guys?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They were in the only rink that was louder than the Spectrum. The Spectrum probably would have been as loud. And there's a secret thing I found out like 30, 40 years later was that that big organ they had, right? They tried to move it over into the big stadium, and it was built into the wall, and they couldn't save it. And I said that's the only difference between that the loudest one was Chicago Stadium, and that was because of that big, huge organ being built in. And so if the old Spectrum had that organ, they'd be tied for number one.
Yeah, what, Doug, too, I remember when you step out of the dressing room to go on for the first, the first period.
Press box for me.
You know what? Yeah. And then I remember walking, or I should say stepping on the ice, and the crowd, 17,000 007 or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
77, I think.
77?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll take 77. But you know what? You step on the ice and the crowd. And I remember skating to the goal, and we always had the same people. You know, it was great, and all waving and all bit in the crowd. And you know what? You get on the ice as a player, you get pumped, man.
Yeah, it goes right
You
through
just don't go on the ice and go through the motion. You get pumped. They really pump you up. And in Philly, we had the greatest fans.
But admit me this, guys. Other sports, playoffs in football, you don't want to be in a road playoff game. You never want to play a road playoff game. But in hockey, it's pretty much 500 with all these great home ice advantages. Playoffs are basically 500. The road team wins, the home team wins. There doesn't seem to be any advantage, and that's year after year. Why, Bernie?
Well, you know what? I don't ask the question why. I just can talk about how I felt as a player.
That's all you can do.
You know, when I stepped on the ice versus, for an example, you went on the road, and sometimes it was in a full house. It was difficult to get you pumped. Make yourself pumped for the game. But at home, you know what? It was just incredible. A beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think when you're talking on the road in the playoffs, the key is, see, Bernie won a couple cups because deep down, you know, but he's calm. He knows what he's doing when everything is chaos around you and loud, and that's what makes a Stanley Cup champion. So when you get into that, let's say Stanley Cup quarterfinals, semis, as you go up, the pressure gets more, and it's how you handle that move. And some guys might get nervous, and they back up, and that's the goal. That's that separates the Stanley Cup champs, and they're calmer in that high end when the focus is 100%. You know what I mean?
Bernie played in that environment, great environments throughout the 70s. The Russia game ended in 1980 with the unfortunate eye injury. And Bernie played a lot of games as the Flyers goaltender. When I think of great goaltenders of the Flyers, Doug, I think Wayne Stevenson, Bobby Taylor, Pelle Lindbergh. And then you look, and this guy who was pretty average next to me, 475 games is the second most games ever played by a Flyer goaltender. 477 is the most. One is Ron Hextall, two is Bernie Parent. Which played the 477, Doug?
Geez, I'm going to guess Bernie.
Yep.
Yeah.
More games than goal.
Well, that's amazing, too, because the seasons, I think Bernie was in the league when there were 72 games, and now there's 82. So that says a lot even more, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, back in 1938, they changed that, so part of Bernie's career.
Boy, I was a young kid, too, at the time.
You were young. That's interesting, because it's a segue to our next topic.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Excuse me for a second. I have to share this. My idol was Jacques Plante in Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up, and his sister lived next door to us in Montreal. Right? He would come down once a year during the summer, big convertible. Yeah. He would get out of his car, cowboy hat, with the big cigar, walk around, and I was a young kid, right? Yeah. And I watched him through the kitchen window.
Yeah.
I couldn't move, you know, was so, you know what?
How old
and
were
there
you?
I was, I was 12 years old or whatever. But you know what? When, to me, my blessing, you think about this, was when I got traded from the Flyers to Toronto.
Right.
And I was disappointed, right?
Yeah.
And when I got there, I said, wait a second. Plante was their goalie. Yeah. So, you know, I watched him play, I watched him practice, and finally I asked him, I said, Jacques, can you teach me? He said, sure. Yeah. I became a different goalie. You know, with Plante, I'll be a backup the rest of my life. You know what? I learned from him very quickly here. I learned from him, if a defenseman, you know, played the man, you had good communication. If it's a left-hand shot, 9 out of 10 times the shot will go on the blocker.
Right.
If it's a right-hand shot, you're playing the man, the shot will go on the left side.
Right.
All those little tricks that I learned from him really made a big difference.
Oh, for sure. It's a science.
And that's what coaching is, guys. I mean, John Tortorella, the Flyers have a coach who's tasked with rebuilding a team, rebuilding a mojo, so to speak, the fans, the culture. They played very well. They played very well against Minnesota. Stubbed their toe against Anaheim. Lost a very tough game against a good Carolina team Monday night. Doug, you told about being a young player. Bernie, about the coaching. Would you rather have a coach, guys, that either one of you can start with this because we got to go to break in a sec, but would you rather have a coach, Bernie, that kicks you in the ass and is on you all the time, or the quote-unquote player's coach that can still be a good coach but kind of lets things go a little bit more, maybe not. What kind of coach do you like playing for?
Well, with me
Freddie
was
Shero, of
well,
course.
we had Fred Shero, of
Yep.
course, and
Freddie
you know
Shero.
what? And you know what? A coach who understands your position and have good communication with your coach. You know what to do in different situations, and then you listen to the coach what he expect in those situations, and then you eventually get together with the right answers, and that's what you're doing.
Doug, you play with Mike Keenan among others, Bernie with Freddie Shero. Do you like Keenan's approach?
Well, I'm more for the calmer. When I watch Fred Shero, he's always calm. On the outside, he's just calm. I'm into more of that approach where they they let the players figure out a little more, and a little more creativity, a little more of that, rather than locking into a system. And sometimes you're in systems with coaches that never won at all, and they're coaching 10 or 20 years, and they're still doing the same system that doesn't work, and it's hard.
All right,
But
guys.
quickly with Freddie,
Yep.
he always said if you have a chance to create a 2-on-1, take that chance and do it.
Right.
Right,
You
before
know
we go to
exactly
break,
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mike Keenan, when he came to Philadelphia, when he left Philadelphia, rather, sold his house to an NHL referee. Name that tune. Anybody know which referee?
Well, the taxes were low then. Huh?
The what?
The taxes weren't non-existent.
That's why he
then.
sold it to him. So the referee would go delinquent on the tax and have to go to
I
jail.
don't know.
Was it Kerry Fraser?
It was Kerry Fraser.
Because I
There we
see
are.
Kerry in
Wow.
the alumni games
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
I knew it, but I just want him to say it.
He
Yeah.
did. He actually didn't answer in the form of a question, but this isn't Jeopardy, so who cares?
Oh, God.
It is time for a break. We got to pay some bills.
Yeah.
Brianna O'Neill and Keith Noonan had to push a couple buttons. We are at Chickies and Pete's in Glassboro on the campus of Rowan, waiting for Game 5 of the World Series that the Phillies should be in. But the Flyers play the Sabres tonight. 7 o'clock, they play them home and home. They play them away Friday night as they continue their trek. They're 10% of the way through the season, and we're 75% of the way through our show. And forget the percentages. We're back with On the Ice, presented by Interplus Blue Cross. After this, stay with us, folks.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, and we are prouder than ever to partner with the Philadelphia Eagles. Chicky and Pete's has been named the official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, and we continue to serve as the official caterer of both Eagles training camp and the official caterer of the First Trust Bank Club at Lincoln Financial Field. Go where the players go. The official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles, Chickies and Pete's.
Millions of Americans are losing their medical assistance or Medicaid coverage. If this affects you, Independence Blue Cross can help. You may be eligible to enroll in a health plan for as little as $0 a month. With Independence Blue Cross, you get the largest provider network in the area, including most Keystone First doctors and hospitals. We also offer free 24/7 telemedicine, coverage for hospital stays and prescriptions. See if you qualify for $0 health insurance and enroll today. Call Independence Blue Cross at 1-844-464-2583 or visit ibx.com/staycovered.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one-stop shop for all your shopping needs at Fairless Hills.
A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, here are your hosts, Paul Jolovitz and former Flyer goaltending great, Bernie Perrant.
Well, we want to remind you that Chickies and Pete's in Glassboro, Wednesdays at 9 p.m., college night. Come on by Wednesday night, tonight, all Wednesday nights. $4 well drinks, $3 Miller Lights, hot honey, pepperoni pizza, Thai chicken sandwich, sweet fire barbecue wings, all good here at Chickies and Pete's. During the break, our producer Brianne O'Neill said, can you try to get Bernie in some trouble right now? So I'm going to go by that and try to do that, Brianne. Bernie, your wife Jeannie is an amazing cook, an amazing human being. She makes great gnocchi. She said chicken cutlets, chicken parm among her specialties. If you had a choice between one of Jeannie's dishes or crab fries, which you love here at Chickies and Pete's, what should go to? Where are you going with that?
You would never make it.
Takes the fifth. I like that. Doug, what about you? You like these crab fries?
Oh, they're addictive for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Love
As a matter of fact, I won't say this out loud, but Doug said he's going to put some in his pocket too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to back up the car there in the kitchen. Get a big barrel.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, speaking of that, though, they could be eaten by many things. Most people would think human, but there was a kind of an episode at the Wells Fargo Center Monday night. The Phillies had refused admission to an emotional support alligator. I kid you not. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Wally the alligator was in the Wells Fargo Center Monday night. He's, I can't remember the guy's name, Ed. I can't remember his last name, but he's an emotional support creature.
Oh, really?
And then Gritty had a whole thing with him, and
You're kidding me.
an alligator in the Wells Fargo Center. Would you be afraid to hold an alligator? I sure would.
Well, one thing I have to say, you look like one, though, but
I might.
yeah. Go ahead, Doug. Go ahead.
That's all. Yeah,
So you brought an alligator in the locker room and said, "Hey, Doc, hold this for a minute. Would you?"
for emotional support, I don't think I'd be choosing an alligator or maybe a lion as number one.
All kinds of animals, Bernie. I mean, I know you love animals. You ever think you'd see an alligator in this kind of role?
I would.
An elephant, maybe?
I would climb somewhere. I would climb, and get away from him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd try to climb around also.
The tough part is if the emotional supporting alligator gets down on himself and he needs emotional support, then you might be having a little problem.
Yeah, the jaws. If the jaws needed a problem, we may all have a problem, right?
Settle down, Allie.
All right, guys. Flyers play this home and home. Saturday they play the Los Angeles Kings. 7:30 game. It's a hockey game. It's part of the 82. Jolly, why are you talking about it, you may ask? Well, it's just Military Appreciation Day, guys. Flyers had the military at practice yesterday, gave them all jerseys, shook their hands, helped them out. Who doesn't love the military? Saturday, they're going to be honored at the Flyers-Kings game. They do it every year. Obviously, nobody's against the military in any way, but it's real special what the Flyers do toward that. and they've continued it this year under Dan Hilferty. Tremendous stuff, Bernie.
Well, of course it is, and it was well said what you just said here. And you know what? I love our country because of that. You know, the safety that we have, the freedom to live the life, you know, that we want to live it's a beautiful thing. And I would never walk away from that. It's beautiful.
Doug, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now where hockey, would be an afterthought. In this country, we can do this. We can do what we like. We have freedom of whatever. That's never lost on you, is it?
Not at all. I've gotten to know a lot of the guys on the Winter Warriors. When I take a look at the first practice 5-6 years ago.
This is Brad's team.
Brad's team, and it's unbelievable how good they are. They're part of the Flyer family. I mean, they're there and they're loving playing hockey, and they built that league up, and they're winning a lot of these tournaments, and it's just unbelievable to watch it grow.
By the way, do you have any dirt? Brad will be here in the next couple of weeks. You were his partner for a long time. You got any dirt on him that you can share with us so we can surprise him with?
No, like we're bonded forever. You know what I'm saying? As teammates, and we can't let it out of that circle.
Howard McCrimmon, Martian Crossman.
Yeah.
I don't know this. Bernie's an American citizen. Are you? You live here, obviously. Some guys.
I should be, but I didn't quite go for it, you know.
You ever think about going for it?
Sure, yeah. Like my kids are 33, 30, born down in here, and I just think I was maybe hitting the head too many. And before I woke up, you know, I'm like 60 years old, you know, kind of past that thing. But it's a great, awesome country. Been down here 40 years, love it, and definitely part of it.
It certainly is. Mr. Prant, we had fun as always. Anything you'd like to say to the masses listening and the folks here at Chickies and Peace tonight? Any words of wisdom?
Well, the words of wisdom is associate yourself with good people, and good things will happen. And look at me tonight. Doug here to my, and who's this to my right? I forget now.
Some guy, Jim or something like that.
But you know what? Associate yourself with good people, then life will be good to you.
Doug, you've associated yourself with a lot of good people, had a great career. We always love you coming on. Any words of wisdom from a former defense star?
Well, I hate to be late, but I'm still getting over that support alligator thing. Maybe we'll get some support elephants going or something. I don't know.
We know what to get them for Christmas.
So, I kind of been stuck on chuckling about it.
Wally the alligator, he'll be here for Christmas. We'll be here next week. We'll be at Bordentown with Riley Cote. This has been a great show. We've enjoyed the heck out of it. Brianne O'Neill has produced this fine program. Keith Noonan got his golf grip on the buttons tonight, doing a great job. Mr. Prant, thank you very much.
Well, my pleasure. It's always, you know what, when I see you, Paul, I don't know, there's...
You get sad?
You know what, you have this position or whatever that when we're done the show, I feel great.
I feel great too.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a beautiful.
Paul's part of the team, really. Another part of the team, man. The Flyers, it's a big family.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Love to have you again, Doug, next year. Bernie, will see you in a couple weeks. Everybody that's been on the ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross from Chickies and Pete's. Go Flyers! Have a great week. See you, everybody. Enjoy.
You've been listening to On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Tonight's show is an exclusive presentation of 1490 WBCB and heard around the world at WBCB1490.com.